So the Phoenix Suns 2025 season is over, and you could say this is one of the more disappointing NBA seasons in recent memory for a team that didn't really have that many injuries, but had decently high expectations with all the money they had involved in three players. And I just felt like it was disappointment after disappointment. So yeah, I'm going to try to rebuild the Phoenix Suns, a team that was barely competitive for most of the year, could not really be above 500 at all, and also does not own their first round pick. Their second best player is 36 years old, also on an expiring contract. And then I don't even know if he's their third best player, but either way, Bradley Beal is making $50+ million for the next 2 years, and he has a no trade clause. Luckily for them, though, they have one of the best scorers and one of the best players in the NBA in his prime in Devin Booker, but we got to just figure out 3 through 10 and make this look so much better, because right now it stinks. They're going to try to get under the second apron. We're going to decide if we're going to trade away Kevin Durant and if we think that's the best decision this offseason, because trading Bradley Beal is going to be tough. I don't want to trade away Devin Booker. It sucks we're about to give away a top 10 pick, number 9, to the Houston Rockets. We will get a first round pick from the Cavs later on. It's going to be there at 28. And for like the third straight year, we're going to have a new coach. Monty Williams was let go. Frank Vogel was let go. We're going to fire Mike Budenholzer. I'm not sure at the moment I'm recording this if that's going to happen, but it feels like all signs are pointing to that. So who's going to be the next coach of this team? Is it going to be a younger assistant? They never promoted Kevin Young. We thought it was going to be Kevin Young before it ended up being Budenholzer. So the next head coach is going to be a former player, Sam Cassell. Yeah, we are bringing him over to the Phoenix Suns. I mean, Kevin Durant's track record with head coaches, maybe not the best in the world. Went through a couple there in Phoenix. Went through a couple there in Brooklyn with Jock Vaughn and Steve Nash, but hopefully Sam Cassell could be the right man for the job in the long term. The big question is, yeah, do I trade Kevin Durant? Do I trade Bradley Beal for like Paul George? Because who wants this Beal contract? I wish there was like a stretch clause in 2K where I would just have to pay him like $10 million throughout the next 10 years. That's how much money he's owed. And I know the Suns don't want to trade KD, but they just may not have any other option. First deal we're going to make this offseason is trading away Royce O'Neal, a fine 3-and-D wing, over to the Detroit Pistons for Simone Fontecchio. This should help us with our long-term budget, get us under the second apron. We're going to get a second rounder in this deal as well. In Detroit, they love that type of player, like the Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley. I mean, not as good of a shooter as those guys, but not far behind. I'm also going to be trading away Cody Martin, and probably pick 55 to the Nets for 28 in this year's draft, or 26. And they're going to agree to that. So we're going to have 2 late first round picks. I'm drafting NBA ready, guys. There's no chance in hell I'm drafting like a Joe Behringer, who I get to develop over the course of a couple years. And what's funny is, like, who wants this Grayson Allen contract? Like, he was elite as a shooter in 24. He's fine in 25. Probably not worth that much money, though. And I can't find a trade for Kevin Durant right now. So maybe that's going to come after the draft. The Nets got lucky in the lottery. They're going to select Cooper Flagg. The Hornets at number 2, they're going to get Dylan Harper. And the Jazz at 3 take Liam McNeely. I don't know about that one. Number 4 is Ace Bailey to Washington. And at 5, the Pelicans are taking Gaspar Shakushonis. And I did what I said I was going to do. I was going to take older players in the draft. I get Colin Murray Boyles, one of the best defenders in this class out of South Carolina. Maybe similar. I think Ryan Dunn might have been a little bit better defensively at Virginia, but not far behind. And then Nick Clifford from Colorado State, who, you know, hit that shot against Maryland. Or no, he had the pass to the shot against Maryland, but they ended up losing, but he was the best player there. We are definitely declining this option of Vasilij Micic, and we are going to be officially under the second apron. Out of all these guys, I'll probably just bring back Colin Gillespie, probably the best player out of that trio. I mean, I doubt they're going to accept this, but can I offer Kevin Durant to Minnesota for Jaden McDaniels, Dante DiVincenzo, Rob Dillingham, and Janai Broom? They're going to say no. I mean, I wouldn't actually hate throwing in Ryan Dunn in a deal like this. But I don't know if that could make it like a done deal. Let's see. No pun intended. I mean, I did get that first rounder. Actually, no, I don't really have. I'm not trading any first rounders. That would be stupid. Okay. They're not interested in this deal. The issue is, they don't have the best finances at the moment. Like, I don't need Rob Dillingham. I mean, I guess we could throw in Mike Conley. Could I get Mike Conley and Janai Broom, who they drafted? They also got Jeremiah Fears. How? At 19. I mean, I would love Jeremiah Fears. Could I do something like this? And I will give you Ryan Dunn. Would that work? And 2 seconds. Like, damn, Ryan Dunn only having a 1.5-star trade value to them hurts this. I was hoping that'd be like 2.5 stars. All right, I guess, can we do Mike Conley and Janai Broom? Either way, I think getting DiVincenzo McDaniels for an expiring 36-year-old would be pretty good. But let's see if they'll do this. They're going to say no. They'd want a first for Terrence Shannon Jr. I mean, what about if I took out Ryan Dunn? Could we do something like this? They would want Ryan Dunn. I would have to throw in that swap in 27, which isn't the end of the world. And I could take a chance on Terrence Shannon Jr. I mean, I don't mind moving Ryan Dunn because I think us getting Conner and Boyles helps out a little bit there. And I don't think he's going to be a great offensive force. I'm probably not winning this trade, but I think we can reroute some of these guys and we can look better in the long term. So yeah, Kevin Durant goes to Minnesota. It was rumored at the deadline. We make it happen here. And I think Jaden McDaniels could really be an elite asset next to Devin Booker for the long term. Call me crazy, but I've thought about something like this. Would the Philadelphia 76ers agree to move one future first round pick to get off the Paul George money for Bradley Beal and Mike Conley? Well, not Mike Conley, but he's going to be included in this trade. The reason why I think this could maybe happen, I don't think it will, because I think the Sixers would rather take a chance on Paul George bouncing back somewhat next year, healthy, another year in Philadelphia. I know he's not getting any younger, but the only reason I think they would accept this is because Bradley Beal has 1 year left on the contract. After the 27 season, you were off that money, but you have Paul George on the books for the 28 season. The Embiid contract's there. Maxi's contract's going to be going up over time. Who knows what Quentin Grimes' contract could look like as well. And the Sixers may be capped out at the second apron, and this could help them in the long term. Now, I don't know what first round pick they would give up. They have one of those future Clippers picks, but they're going to give me their 2026 first. I expect them to be fine next year. But yeah, we're going to get Paul George here in Phoenix. We're basically going from Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal to Jaden McDaniels and Paul George. We're also going to try to sign some guys here in free agency. We need as much big man depth as possible. Chris Boucher, Larry Nance Jr., and Malcolm Brogdon. We are going to renounce the rights on Ty Bridges. And he was a second round pick last year. We do have also an $8 million trade exception with Cody Martin, which is great. We're not going to be bringing back Monty Morris. I don't think I can bring back Tyus Jones. So I'm bringing in Malcolm Brogdon. And we're going to have a lot of shooting on this team, which is nice. And I think I'm probably going to play Terrence Shannon Jr. above Nick Clifford just because I think he can help us out a little bit more. Oh, apparently Nick is inappropriate language. All right, so yeah, he's just going to be Nick like that. And we get Colin Gillespie, Bridges back on the qualifying offers. I may need to cut a player or two before the season starts. So Paul George progresses a ton. All right, I was hoping I wouldn't see that. But hey, we do get that Sixers first round pick in this upcoming draft. So I'm also going to re-sign Nick Richards to a 2-year deal worth around $14 million. And I do need to release 2 players before the season starts. So honestly, I mean, Gillespie, I know has been a fun ad for them, but I'm going to release him. And I think I may end up probably releasing one of the big men. I think it may be Larry Nance Jr. So we're going to have Boucher, Richards, Oso, not the worst thing in the world. We're going to have Booker and DiVincenzo start in the backcourt. I don't know who I'd rather start at the 1. Maybe it's going to be Booker for what we got. It's going to be McDaniels and Paul George and Nick Richards. I don't know, man. Could you get excited about this, Suns fans? I think Boucher is going to be the backup 5. We're going to go about 26 minutes to Richards, 22 to Boucher. Let's do about 22 to Grayson Allen. Hopefully his 3-point percentage can go up because then we could trade him. Let's go about 15 to Shannon Jr. 35 to Booker's good. 33 to McDaniels. Let's go 32 to George and DiVincenzo. And the final 8 minutes, I want to see... I can give it to either Murray Boyles or Janai Broom. I guess let's see what Janai Broom can do. And then we could also get Fontecchio in there as well. So let's start off the season. All right, 0-3. Great. I did not think we were going to be that bad to start off the year. Paul George, man. Oh my God. Maybe I shouldn't have done that trade. All right. So we're here at the trade deadline. Things haven't gone much better. We are 21 and 29. So here in the Western Conference, we are the 13th seed. I believe we will get a first round pick in this draft, but it's going to be a swap. So yeah, we do not get our first round pick outright. So I would like to not finish at the bottom of the Western Conference. Devin Booker is averaging 24.5 points, 5 assists. I would like to put him back to the shooting guard position, but we got to find that point guard. Jaden McDaniels, I'd like for him to be more efficient, but I'm glad he's just getting more shots up, and obviously he's an all-world defender for us. DiVincenzo at 29, 2 years left on the deal. I wonder if I should try to sell high on him. He's been incredible for us right now. But yeah, could we sell high? Paul George is such a negative player. I thought I could maybe scrape something in between of the 25 and 24 seasons, but no, can't even get there. Grayson Allen still shooting 40% from 3. Team's value shooting, so maybe we can move him. Boucher could also have some value. I'd like to hold on to Nick Richards. Brogdon might have some value. I probably should think about selling a little bit so I can get more minutes to Terrence Shannon Jr., Colin Murray Boyles going forward. I really couldn't find any good trades. This is the best one. It's Malcolm Brogdon for Nate Williams. Not really playing at all. Former undrafted Buffalo Bulls, I think. And then we're going to get a second round pick in the steal. Every other trade, I had to give up a pick. So at least we're getting something for Brogdon. If I was trying to get my Knicks any better, they somehow got Max Strus. I'm not sure who it was from. Maybe Mitchell Robinson. Send Dante DiVincenzo back to the Knicks. I'd love that as a Knicks fan, but I just don't want anything to do with Max Strus. Yeah, the Knicks did traded Mitchell Robinson for for Max Strus. So, I mean, like, I can get a first-round pick for DiVincenzo. I think that could also be, like, something we do in the offseason. I want to see, though, if I can maybe use some of those seconds we've acquired to attach it with Grayson Allen and Chris Boucher for Mitchell Robinson. Let's see if they'll do that. They're going to agree to that. Okay, cool. So I ended up getting somebody that's a lot younger than Boucher that I feel more comfortable about with us long-term. He gets reunited with Dante DiVincenzo. I won't be able to re-sign Mitchell Robinson since we just traded for him, but I wanted to make some type of selling moves, which I did in a way, more so Malcolm Brogdon, but I think that Grayson Allen trade will help us out, getting, I think, an upgrade there at the 5 spot. So I'm going to go about 28 minutes to Mitch. We're going to go about 20 to Richards. Shannon Jr. is going to play a little bit more. Honestly, Janai Broom, I think, could play a little bit more. I got to tell him I mean, he's not a bad three-point shooter, but his player profile here, not the best three-point shooter in the world. I want to get Nick Clifford some minutes also. I don't think I'm going to play Fontecchio. In the final 6, we can go 35 to McDaniels. Let's go 34, honestly, to DiVincenzo. All right, Paul George, give me something. 34 minutes a night at your age. Are you going to get any better? No, I'm screwed. All right, Shea wins MVP. Cooper Flagg ended up in Brooklyn, is your rookie of the year. Anthony Simon, 6th man of the year. I mean, Cooper Flagg ending up in Brooklyn is a nice, I guess, era after Kevin Durant. Can we get something similar like that over here in Phoenix? We'll see how far Minnesota goes with Kevin Durant and Anthony Edwards over there. Did we not get Devin Booker on an All-NBA team, or did I miss him? No Devin Booker, damn. We were also, like, not a great team either. We were the 10th seed here in the Western Conference. The Minnesota Timberwolves are the 4 seed. I feel like the Sixers would be better. They ended up as the 8 seed. I don't know. If there are injuries to Embiid, I'm not sure where they ended up in the lottery, per se. Like, did they end up getting somebody? Well, they signed Randall. Okay. Or did they trade Rand? No, I think so. Yeah, Beal's still on their team. They got McCain. Did they not keep their pick? Oh, okay. So they did not keep their pick in this lottery sim. Damn. I guess that helps us out. We're hoping that they don't make the playoffs. Here are the end of the season stats. We could still end up making a little bit of a run and play some playoff basketball, but we'd have to beat Portland, and then we'd have to beat the loser, or yeah, we'd have to beat the loser of the 7-8 matchup. I don't even know if we're going to get past Portland. We get off to a good start, though. We are up by double figures here in the second half, and it does look like we are going to beat Portland. We end up winning 123-107. Hey, playoff P one last time. Mitchell Robinson with 25 and 16. All right, we're taking on the Houston Rockets. Let's see what happens here in the second leg of the play-in tournament. Can we, this would be an upset. Oh my God, we were down by 30 at one point. All right, yep, we're not beating them. We're going to end up losing 148-109. Booker went out with 38. But yeah, Paul George, I just hyped you up for one game, and then you go 2 of 14 with 5 turnovers. Thanks a lot. So yeah, Philadelphia ended up losing to Chicago, which is good. Let's see if they beat Miami. They beat Miami. Okay, so we're going to get like the 15th overall pick with that trade. Maybe not as good as I would have liked. Let's see how far Minnesota goes with Kevin Durant. Ryan Dunn over there as well. Yeah, like, look at the shooting splits. I'm not missing that too much. Anthony Edwards. Oh, my God, and Russ is there. Russ and Kevin Durant. I mean, I'm rooting for them. Let's see how far they go. They are going to beat Denver in 5. Russ beats his old team. Philly loses to New York in 6. All right, Minnesota against OKC. Can they go to the conference finals? Oh, my God, they blew a 3-0 lead. KD and Russ blew a 3-1 lead back in the 2016 Western Conference Finals. They blow a 3-0 lead here in the 2026 Western Conference semifinals. Cavs, Mavericks, so Grayson Allen cannot get a ring with the Cavs. And Kyrie Irving gets his 2nd ring of his career and his first finals MVP. There goes Russ. Okay, so Paul George, I think, has 3 years left on or 2 years left on the contract, right? 2026 and 2027. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it is 2 years left. I will make it a challenge because I don't think he'll leave 2 years left on the table at the minimum. I'll at least let him come back for 1 more year. I got to eat that money, and then we'll move forward. So, hey, I'm going to make this a little bit more challenging for myself. So, draft lottery time, like I said, I know I'm not getting my first round pick. It's a little bit complicated where their pick could end up in the draft 2026, so I'm going to have to fact check it. Like, it's saying we're getting Memphis there, but it might be a swap, but I know it's not a swap best. And right now, Charlotte is getting our pick at 11. Okay, so I believe in 2026. Now, this could have changed a little bit with like that Cody Martin trade at the deadline, but we are going to get the worst pick out of us, Orlando, and Washington. So if we look at Orlando, where did they end up? 14, not the worst. And Washington is there at 6. So I'm going to trade 5 for 14. At least I still ended up with a lottery pick. And honestly, like, that pick is so confusing. Like, that may not even be fully accurate. But I feel like, yeah, the Suns are not getting that pick there. So, yeah, that's going to hurt to do. We end up having the 14th and 16th overall picks in this draft. 16 from Philadelphia, from the Paul George trade. All right, I don't want to do this. I'd rather keep DiVincenzo because I do think he's a great player, but he's 29 years old and he's going to ask for a new contract. I'm going to do something like this. I don't really want Ben Simmons. Like, could I just do Dante DiVincenzo for pick 7. That's what Milwaukee's offered to begin with. I don't want to trade any more draft picks, but I will throw in like an Oso Ighodaro and like a Nate Williams in this deal. If those can help get it done, I feel like it will. Oso's got some fine value. All right, so we're going to have 3 first-round picks here. We're trying to get cost-effective guys, cheaper guys, and then hopefully when that Paul George contract is off the books next year, when he retires, we are going to have the chance to maybe sign somebody in free agency. All right, so it went Debanza, Boozer, Peterson, Caleb Wilson, Elijah Arenas, and Darius Akuff. A lot of the guys I would have liked to have drafted. So on the clock here, we could definitely take JQ, but I think I like the idea of Nate Ament, who is a top 5, probably the 4th best guy right now, consensus-wise, for the 2026 draft. He's still undecided the moment I am recording this, but we are going to take him there at the power forward spot. There's some guards that I think could be there. Malik Thomas goes. I really wanted Brandon Burries. We'll see if he's going to be off the board. Charlotte selects Koa Pete. Chris Sinak goes. I probably could have taken him. Think he's going to Houston. Damn, there's the guy I wanted. Right ahead of us, but it is not the end of the world. So I'm going to take Jalen Harrelson here with pick 14. Thunder at 15 are going to trade the pick actually to Charlotte for Miles Bridges, and they take Michael Murrison. So we're on the clock here again at 16. I ended up with, I think, a good player. We could take Kareem Lopez. I could take Caden Boozer, City Gay, Malachi Moreno on the board as well. You got Jaleel Bethea, who recently just transferred from Miami to Alabama. I'm going to go with Caden Boozer here, the brother of Cameron Boozer, though, because I'm trying to make Booker not really be a shooting guard anymore or a point guard anymore. So Boozer could start for us. We're going to pick up the options on Shannon and Broom. Okay, so Broom was a second-round pick, yeah. Luka and Trae Young are opting out. I mean, yeah, we want to get Luka over here. We don't have the cap space to pull that off right now. Fontecchio for the minimum, I will bring back. And, yeah, let's just do that for the minimum. Mitchell Robinson, let's give him a 3-year deal. We could do it at around $12 million per year. And boom, there we go. So let's do that. I still have like a $3.5 million trade exception from Malcolm Brogdon. And I'm going to offer Gershon Yabusele a 1+1 here with a team option with around $5.5 million. All right, so we got a little bit more young talent, which is exciting. I'm going to make Booker a shooting guard where he goes back up to a 93. I could also get back Malcolm Brogdon. Hey, I got a second rounder. We'll bring in Mike Conley. He could be a good mentor for Caden Boozer himself. But I do think Caden Boozer, like there's going to be, I think it's wide open right now, who's the best point guard prospect for the 2026 draft, because you have Darius Akuff, you have Caden Boozer, you have Burries. It really just depends who ends up becoming like a point guard. Like, could Malik Thomas end up being a point guard? Maybe not at the moment. And before the season starts, we could work out some extensions. I mean, yeah, let's just bring back Booker. Massive deal. He's going to be making 6 years, $345 million on the books now. That's insane. And here's going to be the 2027 rotation. I don't want to start Mike Conley. I think it's a little premature, but let's start Caden Boozer, who we drafted in the first round. Booker, McDaniels. Let's start Colin Murray Boyles there at the 4 because Paul George is going to go to the bench. He's going to get like 23 minutes a night. Mitch Robb is going to get about 30 minutes a night, so we're going to go about 18 to Richards. Paul George is going to get like 20 minutes a night. Honestly, like 18. I don't think he's going to be good. 34 to McDaniels, 36 to Booker. Let's do 27 to Boozer because it is early. I want Terrence Shannon Jr. to play. Gershon, I mean, if he can't hit his shots, he's not going to play a ton. And then lastly here, I don't know if Nick Clifford, I have Nate Ament too, because I want to get Harrelson. Maybe Harrelson comes alive in the second half. So yeah, let's see what Ament can do, because he could be the long-term answer at the 4. And I like having McDaniels as well, because I could play him at the 3 or the 4 long-term. Hey, we get off to a good start this year, 2-0, beating the Jazz, and we beat the Thunder by 1, and we just beat Golden State. All right, the Reno start off this year. I like that. All right, so we are around 500 at the deadline. We're 24-26. Like, it could be a lot worse, and we have a positive point differential. I'm trying to get to that 6th spot. We're about 3 games there. Did Kevin Durant not re-sign in Minnesota? I don't think he retired. Devin Booker is putting up MVP caliber numbers this year. 52, 45, 91 splits back at the 3-guard spot, or at the 2-guard spot. It's Jaden McDaniels. He's really freaking good for us, and is 26 years old. Paul George, more efficient this year, which is nice, coming off the bench. Caden Boozer's averaging 7 assists, but struggling with his efficiency, like all rookie guards do. If Colin Murray Boyles can knock down 40% of his threes, we're in business. Mitch Robb is playing well. Nate Ament is showing promise, and like these guys are going to continue to get better. Even Terrence Shannon Jr.'s efficiency has taken a little bit of a leap. Same with Janai Broom this season. I'd say the only disappointing player is probably Gershon, who I'm actually going to trade to Orlando for Tim Hardaway Jr., who's not going to play for us, but I'm getting a 2nd-round pick in this deal. Hardaway Jr. is owed $5 million next year as Gershon at a team option, but I do think we can now open up more minutes for some other guys in the rotation, and I get a 2nd-rounder out of it. And I could also use that money, too, to make a trade. So I think Nick Clifford, I mean, just other guys are kind of becoming more important. He's 24 years old. I want to get Jalen Harrelson in the rotation throughout the rest of the 2027 season. So Wemby wins MVP here in 2027. AJ's your Rookie of the Year. Miles Bridges, Sixth Man of the Year. Wemby, Depoy. Ace Bailey, Most Improved. Tatum, Clutch Player of the Year. And the Spurs, with Billy Donovan as the pop successor, go 71-11. Honestly, I thought Devin Booker should have made, wow, no first two team. What? Devin Booker didn't make an All-NBA team? That's blasphemy. All right, well, Caden Boozer, all-rookie first team. Honestly, good three-point percentage. I'll take that from a rookie. I like that pick. Nate Ament showed some promise as a stretch four. Could start for us there next year. Like him and McDaniels as a defensive duo, that could be fun. And Harrelson could emerge as like a seventh man for us. How does Devin Booker, who led this team to an 8 seed, how does that not get All-NBA honors? That does not make any sense. So we know that this team is pretty much led by Jaden McDaniels and Devin Booker. So I think for the play-in tournament, like Ament's gonna get more minutes. He's gonna probably get like the 6-man minutes. We're gonna stick with the 10-man rotation. Like I'm gonna go 40 to Booker, 40 McDaniels. It's kind of what I have to do. Let's go about 26 to Colin Murray Boyles. I lied to you. We're going to go 22 to Murray Boyles. Let's go 28 to Caden Boozer. Can we beat the Denver Nuggets? Yes, we can. All right. The Phoenix Suns are the 7th seed against Denver there. We ended up winning by 1. Shout out to Devin Booker, who put up 36. And McDaniels, man, who's kind of blossoming as a co-star to Devin Booker. I mean, this is a great Thunder team. If we can win one game, I'd be happy. We do lose 1 by 13. Booker at 22. Like, can we get a game where it aligns with a really good McDaniels and Booker game? We lose game 2. Wow, Paul George was our leading scorer. All right, Podcast P against his former team. We lose game 3. Damn, Colin Murray Boyles put up 30 in this one. But McDaniels has been... I just hyped you up, dude. You're gonna put up these stinkers. Yeah, we got swept. Damn, McDaniels just was so hesitant to shoot the ball in that series. Weird. All right, so Wemby is your Western Conference Finals MVP, Flag Eastern Conference Finals MVP, so a similar color scheme in the NBA Finals, and the Spurs end up sweeping them. Yep, and unfortunately, what makes it so much more difficult for the Suns' outlook, they're in this conference. They're in the Western Conference with the Thunder, the Rockets, the Spurs, so there goes Mike Conley. Did I play myself? Did Paul George not retire? Oh my god, I thought if you override it, they end up retiring the next year. Oh man, all right. Well, I should have just let Podcast P retire because I would have had a little bit more cap space. And here for the 2027 draft lottery, I think we get a first round pick here, or maybe not. No, this one is just going outright to the Houston Rockets, sadly, so I don't have anything here. We're going to keep Sam Cassell as our guy. And yeah, Paul George decided not to retire. Well, that's going to make things just difficult for us. And yeah, I'm just not entering into a proper rebuild. Like, we're just trying to stay... He's retiring. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with him. So, like, let me double check, but I don't think I have any draft picks now. We had to give pick 18 to the Rockets, which is what I want to do. I don't want to bottom out and have to give them a really good pick. I don't want to have to give them Devin Booker. All right, so the number 1 pick in this draft is Tyson Walsh, who actually ended up going to the Rockets. Maybe that's... How did they get the number 1 pick? Like, was that from them? Wow, they were just that bad this year. Interesting. He looks pretty good. He's a big man out of Minnesota. So Paul George opts in. That's great. That's just great. So now I'm on the hook for that. I should just let him retire. We're going to pick up the team option on Shannon. Yeah, everybody here. All right, so, I mean, this is what I wanted, right? It's a year longer than Bradley Beal. I would have been out of the Bradley Beal money, but hey, I ended up getting Jalen Harrelson with that contract. But if Paul George retired, could have maybe gone after Wemby? Probably not. All right, I want to see if I can get this Andrew Teague guy, as well as 2 seconds for Nick Clifford and Tim Hardaway Jr. from the Raptors. Bang, there we go. So Teague ended up being the 21st pick in this draft. So we just got this big man out of Duke. They wanted to give me a first, and I was like, I'll take the 2 seconds out of that. So that's fine with me. We could bring back Grayson Allen on the minimum. Does that mean we won that Mitchell Robinson trade? Let's bring him back on the minimum. Gershon, we could bring back on the minimum as well. I would bring in, like, Kenrich Williams. I mean, we're probably going to be around the same. Actually, we could be better next year just because the young guys like Boozer, Ament, Harrelson, Murray Boyles can all develop. I would like to bring back Janai Broom. I don't know what he's going to cost me because he was that 2nd round pick. $5 million. Can I afford that? Like, I'll give him that. Why not? Bang. And then any of these guys switch teams. Giannis ended up joining the Warriors. Okay. So player progression. Booker's an 92. McDaniels is an 87. Ament's an 82. I don't even know if Paul George is going to be in the rotation next year because we got a little bit of a younger core I'd rather play. And I'm going to bring back Nick Richards on another 2-year extension. If he ends up getting passed by Teague, he's somebody that could just end up being included in a trade when we get there. So it's going to be Boozer and Booker, McDaniels and Murray Boyles. Honestly, yeah, but I think Murray Boyles and Ament are going to split those power forward minutes. Paul George is just going to get like 10 minutes a night. I'd rather just see what the young core can do. Nick Richards is going to get around 18 minutes a night. Let's go 30 to Mitch Robb. Let's go 35 to McDaniels. 36 to Booker. We can go 30 to Boozer. And then off the bench here, we're going to have Harrelson, Broom, and I want to get, honestly, I'd rather just play Terrence Shannon Jr. than Paul George at this point. So let's go about 13 minutes of these guys, 17 to Harrelson. And yeah, I think the one important guy that's not getting minutes is Teague, who could eventually get minutes if I move on from my centers at one point. So we start off the year 0-3. Great. All right, so pretty much where we've been, around 500 at the deadline. We're 23-27. We're the 10th seed. I just don't want to give out good first-round picks. I did think about maybe trading away, like, Paul George's $50 million with a young asset, try to get a good guy making $50 million, but I think we're on the right path right now. Like, Caden Boozer has shown some progression. McDaniels, man, like, he's a stud. He's a stud. He could have flamed out, but no, he's been great for us. Devin Booker, still really good, but he's 31 years old now, right? Like, Immense really good. Colin Murray-Boyles is really good. Do I move one of those guys? I don't know, because the clock is ticking to keep building around Devin Booker, but it's just going to be impossible to trade Paul George, I feel like, mid-season. But I like the way that the young core is playing, and I think we're on the right path, and I think we're going to be good very, very soon. All right, so Wemby wins MVP. Jasper Johnson's your Rookie of the Year. Derek Queen's your Sixth Man of the Year, so the Bulls got a nice young core brewing over there. Cole Pete, Most Improved. Wemby Depoy, no surprise there, and Billy Donovan, another Coach of the Year. I'm convinced, I don't know, they don't like Devin Booker, man. Another no All-NBA appearance as Caden Boozer's brother, Cameron, gets on All-NBA second team. Sar Thompson, All-NBA third team. I know the defense is there, but man, the Devin Booker disrespect by 2K in this video needs to be studied. Unfortunately, we did not end up making even the playing tournament this year. 37-45, a negative 0.7 point differential. But we know that the clock is ticking, building a team around Devin Booker. And this is going to be a very pivotal offseason for us as Paul George's contract is going to be off the books. So let's see who ends up winning the NBA Finals this year. The Brooklyn Nets pretty much just dominated the Eastern Conference, led by Cooper Flagg, who's one of the best players in the NBA. They end up going 12-1 in the East, and they're going to finish off a 16-3 playoff run. Cooper Flagg was your Finals MVP, joined by Emmanuel Quickley, Will Riley, Day'Ron Sharpe, Clowney Claxton. Wow, he's really carrying that Nets team that has a lot of current Nets still playing on it. So Paul George does not retire. I mean, he's off my team. I don't have to pay him any more money, but wow, I overrided the retirement 2 years ago, and he still hasn't retired. And here we are at the draft lottery. I hope I'm not giving up a top pick in this draft, but we're about to find out real quick. That's not going to be the case, which is good. We're going to give the Nets the 13th overall pick. That is still one of the remaining assets from the Kevin Durant deal. And we are not going to have any picks in this draft, which I feel like we should, but I could be wrong. All right, so do we want to make a notable move? On draft night, we do just have a second round pick, as our first rounder is going to Brooklyn still. I think it would be wise for us to wait till after team player options. I took Rolando Shepard, a 6'3 guard out of Louisville with pick 45. The number one pick was Dante Carlson to the Portland Trailblazers. Looks pretty good. Center, though. Does that make Donovan Clingan available? We're going to pick up the team option on everybody here. And John Moran is a free agent. I'd love to have him here. Zion's a free agent. A lot of young guys, a lot of 2024 draft picks. I will not be going after Paul George. You can enjoy him. LA, the Clippers. That'd be funny if he goes back there. So if I wanted to get John Morant, I have to free up around $36 million. I don't think that's going to happen. Like, I think he would choose us over the Kings. Like, $36 million. I don't want to move McDaniels. I would have to move Mitch, and Boyles only gets me to $18 million. I'd have to move so many guys to get that deal done. All right, so I wonder what Donovan Clingan's value is at. Just because they ended up getting that number one overall pick. Like, could I give you Janai Broom and Mitchell Robinson for him? I think that would be a notable upgrade for us. Let's see if they would do that. Clingan is making a lot of money. He's a good defender. The offense is still a work in progress, but he's 24 years old, and I think is better than Mitchell Robinson. So if I offered Mitchell Robinson, honestly, straight up, they would want Jalen Harrelson, not trading him. I would include Janai Broom in a deal. They would want... Not doing that. I mean, I kind of want to keep some of these guys, but what about if I give you Rolando Shepard, Janai Broom, and Mitchell Robinson for Clingan? They're going to say no. I mean, Colin Murray-Boyles for Tumani Kamara is interesting. Murray-Boyles is good, but Kamara would just come off the bench because I'd have Nate Ament, but that's just another good defender. Honestly, I'm going to do this trade. All right, that's a pretty big trade there with the Portland Trailblazers. I would like to, I mean, I like our core. Like, I'm fine with our centers. I'm fine with Nate Ament at the 4, and then Kamara, McDaniels, like those guys defensively, Booker and Harrelson, Caden Boozer. I think I'm going to just try to get one more point guard here. I don't really know who's the best option. I don't know if it's Trey Jones. Marcus Sasser had a pretty good year in Philly, so honestly, I'm going to snag him on a 2-year deal. And then we're definitely going to try to bring back Terrence Shannon Jr. So can I get Sasser and Terrence Shannon Jr.? They went around the same pick, 27 and 25, yeah. So we get both of them, cool. I'm banking on the internal development, but I think this could be a really good team around Devin Booker. We're going to make Tamani Kamara small forward. He goes up in overall, which is great. His secondary position is going to be a power forward. And we could make a notable move at the deadline if we wanted to. Honestly, I'm going to bring back Paul George 1 year, 2-year team option. So now he doesn't have a no trade clause. $12 million. It's a 1-year deal. I have the money. Might as well spend it. I can include that at the deadline. So player progression, we have Booker to 93, Clingan's up, McDaniels is up, Ament's up, Boozer's up. We're in a good spot. And we're going to re-sign Jaden McDaniels on a 4-year extension. That is going to go up every single year, but we're going to start it at around $30 million. There we go. So he's got 5 years, 164 on the books. And it's going to be Boozer, Booker, McDaniels, Ament, Clingan, with Kamara and Harrelson coming off the bench. Some of the top guys there, Paul George, still an 83 overall, which is kind of wild. But no, he's not going to play that much. Clingan's going to get 33. So we're only going to have to go like 15 minutes to Richards. We can do about 10 to Sasser. But I wouldn't mind. And yeah, we could do 10 to Terrence Shannon Jr. to see what he can do. Honestly, 22 to the bench, which I actually... Or what about if I did 20 of those guys, 32 to Clingan, 30 to Ament. I want to go 35 to McDaniels, 35 to Booker. 33 to Boozer is fine with me. All right, let's start off the year. 3 games at home. Can we go 2-1 at least to start off the year? We beat the Portland Trailblazers. We beat the Warriors. We lose to the Kings. I don't know. We haven't really been a top seed this year. Devin Booker is now 31 years old. Hoping for the best. All right, so here we are, NBA standings in the Western Conference. The Spurs are 45-5, but at least we are filling out a competitive roster. We are now 30-20, 10 games above 500. We have the second best point differential. We would have the best point differential in the Eastern Conference. Our leading scorer is Devin Booker, whose minutes have gone down a little bit because Jalen Harrelson, kind of a beast, kind of a dog out there. He could end up being a 6th man of the year real soon. Caden Boozer, that efficiency is coming along. And Nate Ament, that 2026 draft class is saving us right now. McDaniels is averaging 15 points. Efficiency is down. Maybe he got the second bag. Kamara's been a fantastic addition. He could win most improved. And Clingan's been good for us this year. Honestly, we're going to keep... actually, no. I'm going to trade Paul George. All right, so I'm going to be doing this trade with the San Antonio Spurs. Sensei Aldama's not even playing for them. Now, I hope I get bird rights for him at the end of the year. I'm going to get him and Delano Bernard for Terrence Shannon Jr., a first-round pick this year, which isn't going to have much value, and Paul George. So, yeah, we use that Paul George money to go out and get Aldama, who's going to hit the rotation, and hopefully can become an asset for us down the line. But I don't believe I will be able to re-sign him at the moment. All right, so Wemby ends up winning MVP again. Donta Carlson, the replacement of Donovan Clingan there in Portland, ends up getting on, or wins Rookie of the Year. I was just more fascinated by John Morant coming off the bench and getting 6th man of the year there in Memphis. As the Spurs went 17-12, isn't that just great? They are so good. Here's All-NBA second team with Cameron Boozer, Nolan Traore. Third team, all right, Caden Boozer makes an All-NBA appearance before Devin Booker did. That is mind-blowing. Also, Donovan Clingan showcasing that the Blazers should not have replaced him. He ends up getting all defensive first team honors for us. Let's go. That's the first person that I think become a top defender for us. And we ended up as the 2 seed in the Western Conference, 53-29, 8.9 point differential. We did an incredible second half. That's what I'm talking about. I don't even know if like Aldama's going to crack the rotation. Just because I kind of want to keep going with our core. I'm just hoping I can re-sign Aldama. But let me figure out how I want to allocate these minutes, because I don't think I'm going to play, unless I don't play Sasser. But Sasser was kind of good for us. Nick Richards, fine, getting 15 minutes a night. Clingan 33. I think Harrelson is very good offensively, but he's eating into the Devin Booker minutes a little bit. I want to go 37 to Booker and McDaniels. I want to go 32 to Ament. Kind of a beast this year. Let's go 36 to Boozer. All right, we're taking on Minnesota, which is kind of fitting. We're getting Jaden McDaniels versus his former team. Oh, and Dante DiVincenzo ended up back in Minnesota for the last 2 years. Okay, I tried selling high. Now he has been very consistent in his age 32 season. Let's see. Oh my God, no! Oh wow. Okay, I thought we were gonna sweep them, and I forgot to say they played each other in round 1 in 2024, and the Timberwolves swept the Suns. I thought we were gonna sweep them. We go up 3-0. Then they tie it 3-3, and we won in Game 7. Donovan Clingan, you need to be better than that in that series. McDaniels did not step up in round 1 last year. He stepped up this year. Clingan, 39% from the field is pretty gross, man. Pretty gross. All right, so here we go. We're taking on Portland in round number 2. We beat them in the playing tournament. Yeah, Colin Murray-Boyles, really good player. Really good player versus former team. AJ DeBanza versus Devin Booker. Carlson versus Clingan. This should be fun. We lose Game 1 by 22. Game number 2. Goes to the Phoenix Suns, 124-117. There we go. 26 for Booker, 25 for McDaniels. We do end up winning game 3, 132-110. We got outscored by 7 in the fourth. Game 4, they tied up, 117-114. Come on, man. Let's win game 5. I want to go to the conference finals. There we go. We win by 14. Clingan with 21-12 against his former team. 7 offensive rebounds. And we win in 6. All right, I was hoping, okay, I'm very happy we're in the conference finals, but I was hoping, oh man, a team would upset the Spurs. The Pelicans almost did in round 1. Oh man, Paul George is actually playing meaningful minutes and is actually kind of good for them in the playoffs right now, which is insane. Booker averaged 22 there in round 2. Ament was really good. McDaniels struggled. I mean, this Spurs team just won like 70 games. They have Dyson Daniels coming off the bench. They have a 90 overall backcourt. They have Kel'el Ware, Yegor Demon. There's a Judd Wembanyama. Shout out Tyler Wembanyama from that long Spurs rebuild I did. We lose game 1. Can I just win 1 game? Please. We lose game 2. And Paul George drops 26 against us. Oh, of course he does. Oh my god, why did I trade him to San Antonio? We do win game 3. Nate Ament with 27. Booker with 20. 16 assists for Caden Boozer. Jeremy Showen at 21. Can we tie it up? Nah, we go down 3-1. We lost by 5. Paul George, are you... What, man? He's really turning it... Oh. He really turned back the clocks against us. 21 in game 5? Are you kidding me? Paul George in that series averaged, what did he average? 18.5 points on 50% shooting. That's insane. And the Pistons beat the Spurs like they did 20 years ago. And they win the NBA Finals here in 2029. On to 2030. Okay, Kevin Durant was still playing. And he retires with the Charlotte Hornets. Did Paul George just retire? No, man. Paul George retired a couple years ago. And he's still going. Shout out to him, I guess. All right, so I believe we had to give up the 26th pick in the draft or 23. So I'm fine with that in the Aldama trade. Like I said, I hope I can bring him back. Do I bring back Sam Cassell? I mean, he did just bring us to the conference finals. So I'm going to bring him back. So we had 2 second-round picks. I took Lyle Boeheim out of SMU and Pete McMillan out of Florida. We took 2 centers there. So the number 1 pick, nothing too crazy, honestly, in this draft. Not the draft you'd probably want the number 1 pick in. I'm going to pick up the team option on Teague, Harrelson, Boozer, and Ament, as Jason Tatum is going to be a free agent here, and Cooper Flagg. So Aldama, I do have bird rights on. Thank you. I'm going to give him a 3-year deal. Bang. I wonder if Paul George will sign with the team. I assume so if he didn't retire. All right, so Boozer's up to an 89. I mean, this is still a really good team around Devin Booker. So I'm going to lock up Toumani Camara on a 3-year extension right now because Harrelson, Ament, and Boozer are going to ask for a lot of money. All right, I'm hoping we can go all the way this year, though, because this team's about to get very expensive around Devin Booker. It's going to be Boozer, Booker, McDaniels, Ament, and Clingan. That's a really good 1 through 5 with Harrelson, Camara, Aldama, Richards, and Sasser all getting minutes off the bench. That's good with me. We could do something like this. Clingan can get 30 minutes. Ament will get 30 minutes. McDaniels, 32. Yeah, 34 to Booker. 32 to Boozer. Maybe we could somehow beat out the Spurs in the regular season. Probably not, though, because they're just insane right now. All right, so we are 31-19 here at the trade deadline. We got off to like a 12-12 start, so we are on a little bit of a run here, which is nice. I mean, Clingan was shooting like 37% from the field, so he's coming alive a little bit more. Nate Ament, like him and Clingan, real duo in that front court. McDaniels, still a stud at the 3. Booker at the 2. Boozer at the 1. I'm like, can this team win it all this year? I don't know. I feel like it could be able to, because I thought about making like a notable trade. Like, do I move Clingan? Do I kind of go that route? But I don't think I'm going to make a trade. We have a 5.2 differential. The Spurs look, I mean, amazing, but hopefully we're on the other side of the bracket. It's just like, can I beat the Thunder? That seems ridiculous. The Spurs, can I just like relocate us to the Eastern Conference? All right, so Cade Cunningham is your MVP. 30 points, 6 rebounds, 7.5 assists, coming off a finals victory, or at least they've won one here with the Detroit Pistons. Will Riley dropping 33 a night for the Miami Heat? What? All right, and Jordy Fernandez actually replaced Bickerstaff over there in Detroit. I can't believe Will Riley averaged that many points. JQ, Yakuchonis, Maxi, Morant, and oh yeah, Caden Boozer. I was like, wait, is that Cameron Boozer? No, he was on first team. So Caden Boozer once again an All-NBA team appearance. So I got an elite point guard on the team. We finished the year as a 4 seed. We are on the other side of the bracket than the Spurs, but we're gonna have to play the Thunder in round number 2. The West is just so much better than the Eastern Conference that we just have to go through so many good teams if we want to win it all. Nate Ament has maybe turned into our best offensive weapon. And for the playoffs, we are gonna trim the rotation down. I don't think I'm gonna play Sasser. Richards can get about 10. We're gonna go 15 to Aldama, who's a good shooter this year. Kamara, I want to stick with 20 minutes. Still a good 3D asset. We're going to go 25 to Harrelson, who probably should play more. 36 Booker. 36 Boozer, 33 McDaniels, 34 Ament, 31 Donovan Clingan. All right, taking on the Dallas Mavericks, who have gone a ring here. The team looks a little bit different. AD's old. They don't have Kyrie. Please get past them. Please. Last time these two teams played in the playoffs, the Mavericks beat them in that 2022 semifinals. And we're down 3-1. And we're going to go 3-2. Come on, please. Please. Let's go. They blew a 3-1 lead. All right. I don't know if I should feel good or bad about that because I am scared we're not going to get out of round number 2 now. Donovan Clingan, 39% from the field. I'm going to trade you in the offseason if you continue to shoot like that. So, yeah, this Thunder team is stacked. It's really good. Jace is a 90. Malik's a 90. Edgecombe's a 93. Sinak's an 88. But we won game 1. I don't know if we're the power of friendship, but Harrelson could not miss a shot. Game number 2 goes to the Thunder. Don't tease me. Like, we're going to win game 1 and then lose 4 in a row. Is that going to be the case? Okay, 2-2. We're down 3-2. And we're going to lose in 6. Oh my God. The rest of the NBA is so good, man. The Phoenix Suns are so hard to rebuild. All right. On to the 20, whatever this is, off season. And the Spurs sweep the Cavs. I just can't beat them. It's so hard, man. It's so hard. There goes Paul George. He gets a ring on the San Antonio Spurs. Kyrie, Embiid, and Paul George head to the Hall of Fame. Paul George really played till his age 40 season. The Memphis Grizzlies ended up winning the lottery. I think I'm going to keep Cassell still. So we got some draft picks here. Eric Neely at 25. And then Burt Knight and Alan Tate there in the second round. I'm going to pick up the team option on Teague, but not my second round picks from last year. Yeah, Boozer, Harrelson, Ament, they're all going to get paid a ton of money from me. We'll see if any of them get an offer. I would like to bring back Sasser as well, which is going to be the case 2 years, around $5 million. All right, so I caved in. I offered all of them a contract. I hate that 2K wants me to renounce the rights on them. Why would I do that? All right, so we get all of them. 5 years, around $200 million apiece. This team is all of a sudden so expensive again. I'm also going to sign Ochai Agbaji for a 2-year, $20 million deal. Just kind of can become a trade piece for us right now. And I'm just going to hope the internal development of this team can make a run. I could be active at the deadline. I could move Jalen Harrelson. I could move Tamani Kamara. I mean, this team does have like 589, 689 overalls. It's pretty good. Like, I may even move Devin Booker to the bench if Harrelson's going to be better offensively. But if Donovan Clingan is not going to be efficient this year, he's getting traded. All right, so at the deadline, I mean, we look really good. And the Spurs are the 8 seed. The Thunder are the 6 seed. Maybe this is our year. Just stay the course. We have a 16.4 point differential, which is the best in the league. The Thunder, or excuse me, the Warriors are a little bit better than us, but I'm honestly not that scared against them. We've been taking it pretty easy throughout the year, and Jalen Harrelson might start over Devin Booker in the playoffs, as Booker's 34 years old. Like, I may make Booker the 6th man. Clingan is shooting 46% from the field. I don't know if I should trade him. We're at the deadline right now. I had offers to trade him, but I want to win with him. And we are going to finish the season with over 60 wins. 2031 has definitely been our best season yet. Actually, I think I spoke too soon. We are going to finish with 60 wins, though. We're actually going to finish with 60-plus wins. 62-19, 62-20. Debanza MVP. Carson Sharp, Rookie of the Year. Pretty good player. Come on, this has to be our year. Sam Cassell even got Coach of the Year. But we did not get the 1 seed. We got the 2 seed this year, which we got a couple years ago, I believe, right? That was the year we ended up losing to the Spurs in the conference finals. But we had the best point differential by far. Well, I wouldn't say by far. Definitely not by far in the West. But we would have had the best in the whole, in the NBA. Or no, compared to the Eastern Conference. So Agbaji was actually pretty good for us. I'm going to end up playing Andrew Teague this year over Nick Richards just to go with a little bit of a younger guy. I mean, Agbaji, like, for the playoffs, do I really need him? How did Aldama shoot? He struggled. So I think we're going to go with Agbaji, actually, who just kind of, like, randomly picked up. And he might play some notable minutes for us. I think I'm going to actually start Harrelson over Booker, which is wild, I know. But I think times have changed. We're going to go with the young blood. Booker's going to get 26 minutes. We're going to go 33 to the front court. We're going to go 33 to McDaniels. We can go 33 to Harrelson. Let's honestly just go 39 to Boozer. I don't really have many better backup options. Taking on Minnesota. They still have Ant. They have a really good team. Oh, they have Oso Godoro. That's a great 7 seed. They won game 1, but we end up winning in 5. And we're taking on Dallas in round number 2. OKC, San Antonio, they're gone. They're eliminated. It's a new era of Suns basketball. Dallas versus Phoenix. We beat them last year. I feel like we're better than them. And we sweep them. Let's go. So we're taking on the Portland Trailblazers. Clingan and Kamara versus their former team. All right, do they have who I gave them still? Yeah, they still have Conroy Boyles, who's a great piece in between DeBance and Carlson. All right, I'm nervous. Game 1 goes to Portland. They won. Okay. Don't lose game 2. Booker had 30 points. We win game 2 by 18. Harrelson, Ament, Booker all go off. We lose game 3. We lose game 4. and we lose game 5. I think it's impossible to rebuild this team, man. It's insane. All right, so here we are a year later, and I just wanna win it all. I really do. We got Coach of the Year with Sam Cassell, 64 and 18. I'm deep into the luxury tax trying to bring this team back, and I hope we are gonna be good enough. So we are the 1 seed in the Western Conference. I'm not too confident because, oh my god, the Portland Trailblazers are so good. Like, AJ's a 99, Dotson Carlson's a 96. Dallas is really good as well. So let's hope that this team, which was really good this year, can get it done. So we had 3 20-point per game scorers: Nate Ament, Devin Booker, and Jalen Harrelson. Devin Booker kind of scored the ball at an absolute elite level. We're taking on the Thunder in round number 1. I think for the playoff team, Sasser probably not going to play. I think Baji's been like a great pickup for us. He's going to get 10 minutes a night. I did get priced out of Teague in free agency because we could not offer or match any deal. Aldama, pretty good player for us this year. Kind of a backup center. He's going to get 17. I'm going to go 18 to Kamara in that role. Do I start Harrelson or Booker? That's like a question. Let's go 32 to Clingan, 35 to Ament, 30 to McDaniels. Let's go 34 to Boozer. And then let's go about 31 to Harrelson. Hopefully Harrelson can take some of the McDaniels minutes because I think at this point he's really good. All right. This is the 8 seed I got to play. Just pull me out of my misery now. I'm not taking this game by game just to lose. Okay. We sweep them. I mean, that was a really good 8 seed. All right. Here we are. Round number 2. He's a dog, man. I think what we may do is McDaniels to the bench, Harrelson into the starting lineup. He's got to play a ton. All right. That's all 90s starting 5. Taking on the Warriors. Good team. Not a great team. They got JQ over there. Let's see if we're able to beat them in advance to the conference finals, please. Bang. 8-0. 8-0. And we can look to get revenge on the team that beat us last year. Okay. 30 points. Okay, yeah. Ament, Harrelson. This is the 1-2 punch that could bring Devin Booker. It's like that meme, the Ninja Turtle meme, where they all grow up and now they're helping out the master. Let's get to the finals. Come on! Come on! I can't do it.